Isabelle Plomp, and I've recently retired from a 39-year career as a teacher administrator in early childhood, and 21 of those years happened to be as a kindergarten teacher. During my teaching, I've always known that play was central to child development, and I've always promoted that type of programming in my leadership and really believe that play needs to be the central focus for young children. Today, there's robust research that really supports play as a critical, essential piece in learning for young children, yet it's still an area that continues to be questioned by some. While doing my B.Ed in early childhood at the U of L in the late 70s and early 80s, I was able to learn from many great professors and learn about the masters of play and pedagogy across the decades, including Piaget, Montessori, Froebel, and Vygotsky, and many others. And then in 2013, I had the opportunity to do my master's in early learning through U of A. And again, play was strongly emphasized as a great medium for children and essential. One of my professors there was the Dr. Anna Karova, who was also known in parts of Europe earlier as the toy doctor, and was also instrumental in the development of the Alberta Kindergarten Program Statement that is still used today across Alberta schools. And she's a great advocate for play, and you'll find in the guiding principles of the Kindergarten Program Statement that play is an essential vital piece that's required in programming for young children across Alberta in kindergarten. I've kind of had to defend play throughout my entire career, including administrators, provincial government entities, and parents that advocate that they want an early start on academics. Well, play provides the foundation for academics, and it's like a house. We have to have a strong foundation on which to build. Children naturally engage in play across the entire world. So throughout exploration and child-initiated interactions with the environment and others, they learn about how the world works. They meet the world with curiosity, needing to touch and feel the world around them in order to make sense of it. To me, children naturally engage in play, so why not build on this? As a matter of fact, animals all play as well to learn life skills. I truly believe that successful learning and becoming a responsible citizen revolve around two important things: engagement and attitude. As adults, we need to join alongside children in their play, to watch and learn and observe them, and then scaffold them to learn or reach new levels, which is part of Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. Often academic learning involves much sitting and listening and memorizing, and it seems to be being pushed downwards more and more, and it puts significant pressure on young developing minds. That's not natural for young children. And some start to develop a negative attitude towards learning, and it's a hardship to turn around when a child has a negative attitude towards something. So why not use play? If children naturally engage in play, why don't we use more play and take advantage of that as a learning medium? I was fortunate about a year ago to participate in an online workshop for Alberta school administrators, and it featured Dr. Pasi Sahlberg from Finland. He advocates for play and that it must be integral in all schooling through the grades, like it is in Finland, where they have school outcomes that are far superior to Canada's school outcomes. As an example, in grade 2 in Finland, after every 45 minutes, children go outside to do free play that is not guided by an adult, regardless of the weather. And in his book, Let the Children Play, How More Play Will Save Our Schools and Help Children Thrive, is a great read if you're interested in more information around that. The current brains research supports play as an integral piece for young children. Many executive functions develop through play, language evolves through it, and is supported through play. And it also serves as a way for children to relieve stress, which is a really important piece these days, particularly. If you watch a child immersed in play, it's really quite amazing. In our own backyard, we have Dr. Sergio Pellis from the University of Lethbridge, who has done significant research on play, particularly around rough and tumble play, and he's written books on it as well. About 15 years ago, I attended a workshop by Dr. Stuart Brown here in Lethbridge. He's a psychiatrist from the US that has morphed into a world-renowned researcher on play. And it was kind of the result of one incident. back in the 60s at the University of Texas, a model high-achieving student in both academics and music actually shot 15 people to death and wounded 31 others on the University of Texas campus. They later found out that he also had killed his wife and his mother the night before. And Dr. Stuart Brown, as a psychiatrist, was directed to explore and interview the candidate and try and figure out why someone would do this. And his research extended to interviewing over 6,000 incarcerated inmates for serious crimes across the US. And he found that the common denominator across his research was that these individuals lacked lifelong access or involvement in play. That's pretty astounding. Dr. Stuart Brown has also written a great book that I highly recommend, and it's called Play: How It Shapes the Brain, Opens the Imagination, and Invigorates the Soul. Great read. I highly recommend it. Play prepares us for life with skills such as negotiation, problem solving, developing social skills, working through difficult challenges, trying out life situations, and being able to redo them and try it a different way. The stress relief piece, promoting language, allows us to role play, and so much more. I urge us not only to have children have significant playtime, but also as adults, we also need to play. For it helps us relieve stress, it helps us move our bodies, helps us regulate, and much, much more. And I believe that the Lethbridge Plays chapter here in Lethbridge has been a real benefit to Southern Alberta in advocating for play, because its multi-agency, multi-member committee is really taking that message out and beyond the typical places that we hear those messages. And so I just urge Lethbridge Plays to continue with their awesome work, and everybody needs to just play on.
Now that you're retired, how do you plan to keep playing yourself?
Play. As a retiree, I get to do a lot more playing. I have a grandson that is 10 months old that I get to play with a lot, and it's just really exciting as a grandparent to be able to watch young children develop. I know as a parent, we were just trying to get through the day and meet the needs, but as a grandparent, you can observe and really enjoy all that development and play freely with them and know the benefits. And I like to play out in my yard. I have a large farmyard with a large farm garden, and I like to play there. I also like to do all kinds of hiking and outdoor activities that I didn't always have the time for before. I love to play the piano. There's so many things. So retirement's good, and I intend to play on as long as I can.
If you could give one piece of advice to yourself 39 years ago about play, what would it be?
I would say believe in your instincts. I always knew that play was important, but 39 years ago, there wasn't as many people on that bandwagon. Now there is so much more research to support that. And I truly believe that research could have maybe gotten us farther had I had that 39 years ago. But it is really a critical piece, and I think it's overlooked because it can be very simple, and that's the good thing about it. And for young children discovering the world, simple is often a better way to go. And we have to remember it's what their needs are, not necessarily as adults thinking we know what the kids need. Often the kids will show us what they need.